Yes, movie studios bankroll films, but does that give the movie studios rights to interfere, to make creative changes, or to go against the director's vision of how a film looks? Let's talk about it. So I was reading online that the Warner Brother execs they got a first look at Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and all reports that came out after the viewing said that there was a lot of applause, standing O's, everybody loved it. So yay, I'm excited. Can't wait to see the movie. Week later, it's reported that Warner Brother execs want to make some changes. They want more Batman shown in the movie instead of Superman. Why are they doing this? Well, a lot of it has to do with name recognition, most notably Ben Affleck, and dollars. Now, the reason why they're doing this, in my opinion, is because Henry Cavill, who is obviously playing Superman, he was in the Man from Uncle, and the Man from Uncle didn't really do very well in the box office, even though it was a great movie. But it didn't bring in the money they were hoping. So they think that Henry Cavill is not a name draw. Ben Affleck obviously is. I mean, Oscar winner, great actor, Daredevil. So they want Ben Affleck to be the main focus of the film. Now, this is my problem with it. They saw the movie, they loved it, they applauded. Like I said, standing O's. So why change it? It bothers me that executives start tinkering in things that they really, even though, yeah, they are bankrolling it, but it's the director and the writer's vision. And what they put together is what they want to do. So, all these people that have nothing to do with actually making movies, they want to get involved, it screws everything up. Fantastic Four, that's a perfect example. Let's talk about that. It was reported by Collider Movie Talk that there was an insider, and their take on the whole collapse and fiasco of the Fantastic Four. Well, this is what they had to say. It said, the movie that Josh Trank and Fox agreed on making included 3 really big action set pieces. A movie is like a puzzle. You have all these pieces in place, but you start messing with the pieces and suddenly the whole puzzle can look out of whack. Days before production began, Fox came in and they made them pull all 3 of the main action sequences out of the film. This is troublesome. This is what the article said was their explanation. It said, well, their idea of what the explanation was. It said, if true, that would effectively mean that Fox sabotaged the movie, likely over budgetary concerns. Budget cuts are very common in Hollywood, but to forcibly excise a movie's 3 major set pieces from a production that's only days from going before camera is almost unheard of, not to mention thoroughly unprofessional. I have to agree. When you go in and you throw a script to the movie studios, you give them the storyline, what you want to do, you come to agreement as far as the budget goes, and there's a handshake, contract signed, everything's good to go, and then for them to welch, in my opinion, on the bet or on the deal, that is thoroughly unprofessional. Now, I'm not saying that Trank is completely faultless as far as this goes. I heard that he was very unapproachable by people on the set, kind of a recluse, and he even trashed the place that he was staying at while they were filming. But it's still, it might have had something to do with Fox, trying to tinker with his movie. Now, they did say that there was a completely different ending that he had in mind that we didn't get to see because Fox ended up changing everything, and that was one of the biggest complaints about the film. In fact, Trank, I think he tweeted or Instagrammed, I'm not sure, he said, a year ago I had a fantastic version of this. He said, and it would have received great reviews. You'll probably never see it. That's reality, though. He deleted it right away, and unfortunately for him, there's, screen shots and things like that, so it didn't go away, and then there was a whole dust up between him and Fox. Sony, it's the same way with their Amazing Spider-Man. They had a very good original trilogy with Sam Raimi directing and being in control of that, and they wanted to build on that. They wanted to start over and bring in a lot of money. And what they, in my opinion, they were hoping on was just the name Spider-Man alone would have given them boatload of money, and they wouldn't really have to go into too much creative processes. Unfortunately, they didn't take into account that viewers that go out and pay money to see these films, they're not going to pay for a piece of crap. And both of those movies, in my opinion, were a piece of crap. That's why Andrew Garfield, sorry, you're gone. People just didn't like him. I didn't think he did a bad job. I just didn't like him outside of the movie. His interviews, he seemed smug, and I didn't like his ideas for the direction he wanted to take the character. The reason why these movies came out so quickly is because if they didn't produce a Spider-Man film, then the rights reverted back to Marvel. So that instead of just giving up the rights, they kept the rights and made lousy movies. That's not helping them, and it's definitely not entertaining us. But luckily, Sony, they saw the error of their ways. They came to agreement with Marvel. Now Spider-Man is going to be joining the Marvel Universe, and Marvel is going to have a hand in the storyline for the upcoming, Spider-Man film. So we all win with that. Hopefully. We haven't seen it yet, but it sounds like everything's working out. Now, Marvel, they're not really, out of the, I mean, they've been having some problems with this as well. Kevin, I think it's pronounced Feige, Feige. I don't know. It's like Siege, but with an F. Anyways, he had been reporting to the Marvel Entertainment CEO, Ike Perlmutter. And Perlmutter, he's known to be kind of a frugal, prick, hard to work with, not open to spending money. He's very, much of a penny pincher, and difficult to work with. In fact, there was even a story where he was complaining at a screening that the press were getting 2 free sodas instead of 1. Wow, that's okay. Anyways, Disney decided to restructure this whole thing, and now he's going to be He's going to be directly reporting to Bob Iger, who is Disney's CEO. So things for Marvel and Disney, as far as the movie side goes, they're going to be running a lot smoother. So hopefully we'll be seeing a little bit more creative, juices flowing and more money spent on these films. Not that they're not spending money on it already, but I mean, when you consider all the movies together have made over $7 billion worldwide, that's huge. So they definitely got their money back. I mean, I think they bought Marvel for $4 billion back in 2009, so $7 billion for $4 billion. Yeah, I think they turned a profit. I'm hoping to do the same thing with Star Wars, but, it's going to be a while before we see separation where Kathleen Kennedy is going to be reporting directly to Bob Iger as opposed to making decisions on her own. So that's it. I just, it bothered me when I heard that Warner Brothers was tinkering with Zack Snyder's movie. I don't think they have a right. Yeah, they are bankrolling it, but that's not their role in the whole deal. They give the money, let the guy do it. That's what the agreement was. So, I mean, do you think I'm overreacting? Do you think I'm wrong? If you do, leave them in the comment section below. Let me know why I'm wrong. I'll look at it. I still think I'm right, but I'm not going to... I mean, if you come up with a good argument, I'll admit that I'm wrong. If you want to reach me online, you can reach me at comconocave@gmail.com or on Twitter at Comconocalst. And if you haven't checked out my blog, it's www.thecomconocavblog.blogspot.com. And that's it. So I guess you could call this a my 2 cents video. Just like I said, it bothered me reading about this. Had to vent. So thanks for listening. And until next time, take it easy.